So we will be starting with what is problem solving. Before that, let us understand what is a problem. A problem is just a difficulty that you face in life. It can be anything. So in other words, a problem is just something which needs solution. So the process in which you find a solution to a problem is problem solving. So every problem in the real world needs to be identified and then solved. So when you try to find a solution to the problem, that thing is known as problem solving. How do you solve a problem? So if you have a problem, you can either solve it manually or you can use a computer to do that. If the problem is easy enough, you do it manually. If the problem is big, you divide it into smaller problems. And when you solve the smaller problems, eventually the big problem gets solved. So for solving these problems, we usually follow a sequence of precise instructions. So this sequence of precise instructions which lead to a solution is called algorithm. In computer science, in the computer science jargon, it is a step-by-step procedure for calculations. मतलब कंप्यूटर साइंस की भाषा में ये बस स्टेप बाय स्टेप प्रोसीजर है कैलकुलेशन के लिए. इसको हम algorithm बोलते हैं. So you may write this logic in small steps in English. So like to understand what algorithm is, instead of directly going to the programming thing, let's start with a problem in English. For example, how do you make a lemon tea? So you can write few steps where you boil the water, such steps. Even that is an algorithm because that leads to a solution to the problem of how do you make a lemon tea. Now, coming back to the computer science, we'll start with a very basic algorithm. Remember, this is not a code. This is just an algorithm. Now, so first step will be we start solving the problem. Second step, we assume two numbers, x and y, and then a variable sum which we initialize at 0. Do not get scared by the term variable. We are still just doing the algorithm. We have not gone into code. So when you assume two numbers, so let us assume let x be 5 and y be 8 and the sum variable is 0. Now add these two numbers x and y. We went to step 3 now. When you add these two numbers x and y, so x plus y will be 5 plus 8 which is 13 and you store the value in the variable sum. So sum will become 13 now. Now you can try it again with different numbers, say x equal to 6 and y equal to 7. So sum will be 13 again. Or you can try with different values. And once you are done with the different values, you can go to the step 5, which is you end the solving. So this was just an algorithm of how do you add two numbers. This was not the code, this was the algorithm. Now we have another algorithm. We still find the sum of the two numbers, it's the same problem, but it is a different sequence of steps. So let's see how it goes. So again, step 1, we start solving the problem. Step 2, we declare variables. So there are three variables here, which is num1, which denotes the first number. Again comes num2, which denotes the second number. And the third variable is sum, which denotes the sum of the two numbers, num1 and num2. We read the values num1 and num2. So num1 can be anything, let's keep it 8. Num2 can be anything, let's keep it 9. We add num1 and num2 and assign result to the sum variable. So sum is equal to num1 plus num2. So what will our sum be here? It will be 8 plus 9, so sum will become 17. Step 5, we display the sum. So you get that the sum is 17. So once you're satisfied with this, you stop the problem solving procedure. So this was what an algorithm means, a step-by-step procedure which leads to a solution of the problem. A computer program is a set of instructions that causes the computer to behave in a predetermined manner. You get the solution to the problem and you use a predetermined language to find the answer. But in order to do this, we need to talk to the computer. We need to make the computer understand the problem and we tell it how to solve it. So we need to speak to the computer, and how do we do that? The computer cannot understand English, Hindi, or the languages that we know. But there are some languages that the computer understands. So we need to learn those languages. That's where the compiler comes in. The compiler, it has one task. It scans the entire program that you write in the language and before translating it into machine code. So once it scans the program, it translates the program into machine code, into something that directly the computer can understand and follow accordingly.